Cricket Wireless presents the Warmup, and thank you for tuning in. I'm your host, Ashley Bullington. It is state championship weekend. The event we have all been waiting for has arrived. The fireworks will be on the field, and we will have a great show for you this week on Inside High School Sports. So let's get you ready and warmed up. It is state championship time in Texas, y'all. We have been and will be crowning the best of the best all weekend long. These teams have worked long and hard hours to make it to this point, and now their team and will be put to the test as they try to hoist the final trophy of the season and claim they are the Texas state champions. We will have all of the highlights for you this week on Inside High School Sports, and here is part of our slate and the lineup presented by Sochil Chips and Salsa. Our Whataburger game of the week is the state matchup between South Oak Cliff and Liberty Hill. The Golden Bears have a chance to become the first Dallas ISD team to win a state championship in more than 60 years, and they have the weight of DSID on their shoulders as they try to take the title. South Oak Cliff looks to bring home the first state title for Dallas ISD officially since 1958. They take on Liberty Hill and its incredible slot T offensive attack. South Oak Cliff continued its magical playoff run by going on the road to Abilene and blowing past Lubbock Cooper with a 44-10 win. The Golden Bears got 191 passing yards and 2 touchdowns from quarterback Kevin Henry Jennings, 2 touchdown runs from Koalan Farrar, and wide receiver Kylan Mathis hauled in 5 passes for 123 yards and 2 touchdowns to lead the Golden Bears, who quickly jumped on the football. South Oak Cliff's speed and versatility on offense is a matchup nightmare for Liberty Hill, but the same token, South Oak Cliff has never gone against this efficient and difficult to prepare for slot T offense of Liberty Hill, which relies heavily on misdirection and flawless execution. Expect a shootout in this one, but South Oak Cliff's defense, with its speed and physical nature, will find a way to get a key stop in front of what is expected to be a massive home crowd. The 6A Division I state championship is a matchup we have seen more than once at AT&T Stadium in the last 5 years. As Duncanville and North Shore go head-to-head, North Shore has the one up on the Panthers, but Duncanville has the will to win this time around. Duncanville dropped the 2018 and 2019 6A Division I title games, but 2021 may be the year Coach Samples gets that elusive state title crown. Duncanville comes into this one coming off its most impressive performance of the season, a 39-5 drubbing of Southlake Carroll. Quarterback Solomon James saved his best game for the biggest moment, as the senior was a perfect 12 of 12 passing for 164 yards and 3 touchdowns. Running back Malachi Medlock ran for 143 yards and also added 17 receiving yards and a touchdown. Duncanville's vaunted defensive front held Carroll to just 28 yards rushing and forced 3 Dragon turnovers. Lots of storylines in this one, so we start with Duncanville's head coach, who has lost 3 state title games, and each had its own heartbreaking plot twist. North Shore, on the other hand, is a perfect 4-0 all-time in state title games. Both defensive units are absolutely elite. North Shore may have the edge in the secondary, but Duncanville's front 7 gets the nod. This one is going to come down to which offense can get to 20 points or which defense can chip in a score on their own. Come into Cricket Wireless and get any LTE Android free when you switch. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Enjoy the authentic flavors of ancient recipes. So thin, so crisp, so good, so chill.
We have some great games coming up this weekend on Inside High School Sports, Saturday night at 6:30 p.m. on NBC5. Now it's time for a battle as we bring on some great athletes you'll be seeing lining up on the gridiron this week, but instead they're here on our show in the battle.
Okay, guys, for the battle this week, we have 2 great athletes from Brock on with us. Guys, introduce yourselves.
I'm Carson Finney. I'm class of 2024. I play safety for the Brock Eagles.
I'm Reid Watkins. I'm number 25, class of 2024, and I play cornerback for the Brock Eagles.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad we could get you on before you guys are participating in your state game tomorrow, since we're recording this ahead of schedule. But are y'all ready for the battle?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome.
I am.
Okay. So my first question is, what does www stand for in a website browser?
Worldwide website.
Close.
World Wide Web.
It is World Wide Web. Area 51 is located in which state?
Nevada.
It's Nevada.
Nevada. 2 for 2.
Which animal can be seen on the Porsche logo?
A horse.
It is a horse.
Ooh.
What is the rarest M&M color?
Green.
Brown.
Brown.
Oh.
I do. Last question. Winner take all right here, right now. What was the first soft drink in space?
Coke.
Coke.
Dang.
Go.
Dang.
Easy.
You are the winner of the battle this week. Thank you for joining me here on the battle this week. We appreciate your time. Good luck and get that state title this week. We will have highlights of the Brock game this Saturday at 6:30 p.m. on NBC5 on Inside High School Sports.
Christmas is coming up soon, so I guess holiday questions are coming up for the next few weeks. Inside High School Sports won't be able to make it to the 6A Division II showdown this week between Denton and Austin Westlake, but we will have them on our show the week after. So we will hype them up now in the hype. It's a rematch of the 2019 state title game where Austin Westlake routed a banged-up Denton squad to give head coach Todd Dodge his first state title at Westlake. It was also former head coach John Walsh's final game at Guyer. This time around, Westlake seeking its third consecutive state title. Dodge is coaching in his final game before retirement, and Rodney Webb is now the head coach at Guyer. Guyer played a perfect half of football last week in its semifinal win over Tomball. The Wildcats raced out to a 45-0 halftime lead and then cruised to an easy 59-14 victory. Quarterback Jackson Arnold threw only 8 passes on the night, but 3 went for touchdowns, and the Guyer defense really stuffed Tomball's offense and set its offense up with good field position time and time again. The Wildcats defense forced a pair of turnovers, and they had a punt return for a touchdown. Guyer has been a roller coaster ride in the playoffs, struggling in the 3rd and 4th round of the playoffs before playing maybe their best game of the year against Tomball. Arnold, as a wide-eyed freshman, came into the game 2 years ago against Westlake in the second quarter and looked like a freshman against a lethal defense in Guyer's shutout loss. Arnold is now a junior and one of the top 2023 quarterbacks in the country. An upset win in the state title game would be a full-circle journey for the Wildcats quarterback. If Guyer plays like it did in the first half against Tomball, the Wildcats have a shot at the upset, but they have to be perfect to beat this Westlake squad. Come into Cricket Wireless and get nationwide 5G plus a free 5G phone when you switch. Smile, you're on Cricket. Now it's time to see what's been trending on social media this week around the Inside High School Sports world in our segment, The Buzz. Yesterday was National Letter of Intent Signing Day around the Metroplex. The top players signed their letters and are one step closer to attending college. I can't believe they're leaving us soon. And here are some of their days. The Duncanville Panthers took down the #1 team in the country, Montverde Academy, last week with a final second 3-pointer to give them the 66-64 point win. The Panthers are now ranked #1 in the country after their huge victory. That's all we have for this week's episode. To stay up to date with all things Inside High School Sports, follow our social accounts. We have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. By following those, we will get you ready for the highlight of the sports weekend. Inside High School Sports, Saturday night at 6:30 p.m. on NBC5, hosted by Pat Tony. Thank you for watching the Cricket Wireless Warm-Up. I am Ashley Bullington, and I hope you are ready for all of the Texas high school football action at our state tournament this week.